Beneath the golden ritual of the imperial court lay a trail of bodies, purged aristocrats, executed rivals, disappeared officials, an entire ruling class systematically dismantled. And orchestrating it all, a woman who started as a low-ranking concubine, who survived being sent to a monastery, who clawed her way back into the palace through forbidden romance and ruthless calculation. Her name was Wu Zetian. She didn't just influence the Tang Dynasty from behind the throne. She took the throne, declared herself emperor, not empress, emperor, the masculine title, the supreme authority. She ruled for 15 years as the only female emperor in Chinese history. And she did it through a network of spies, strategic violence, and weaponized religion. This is the story of how one woman dismantled the patriarchal machinery of an empire and rebuilt it with herself at the center. This is political manipulation as an art form, violence as statecraft, prophecy as propaganda. This is Wu Zetian, the woman who proved that power doesn't care about gender, only about seizing it. 625 AD. Wu Zhao, the future Wu Zetian, is born into minor nobility, educated, literate, beautiful, but not from a powerful enough family to guarantee her future. At 14, she enters the imperial palace as a low-ranking concubine to Emperor Taizong, one of potentially hundreds of women competing for imperial attention. Her rank is low, 5th-tier consort. She is called Talented Lady Wu, a title that sounds prestigious, but means almost nothing in palace hierarchy. And Taizong, while initially attracted to her wit, never elevates her. She remains in the inner palace for 12 years, aging, losing her youth. When Taizong dies in 649 AD, Wu faces the standard fate of concubines: exile to a Buddhist monastery, forced tonsure, life as a nun, permanent removal from court and power. For most women, this would be the end. But Wu had made a strategic investment. She'd cultivated a relationship with Crown Prince Li Zhi, the future Emperor Gaozong. Some suggest an affair, others intense emotional connection. Either way, it was forbidden, punishable by death. But Li Zhi becomes emperor, and he's obsessed with Wu. He can't forget her. Against all protocol, he brings her back, recalls her from the monastery, returns her to palace, not as a low-ranking concubine, this time as his favorite. Wu has survived the first purge, and now she's positioned to orchestrate the rest. 655 AD. Wu Zetian faces a problem. Emperor Gaozong has an Empress Wang and a powerful consort Xiao. Both women stand between Wu and ultimate power. Both have aristocratic support. Both represent the traditional order Wu needs to dismantle. So Wu destroys them through one of history's most brutal political maneuvers. Wu gives birth to a daughter. The infant dies shortly after Empress Wang visits Wu's chambers. Wu accuses Wang of murdering the child out of jealousy. The evidence, circumstantial at best, possibly fabricated entirely, but it works. The accusation is devastating. The political machinery turns against Wang. Gaozong agrees to depose her. Both Empress Wang and consort Xiao are arrested, demoted, imprisoned, and then Wu ensures they can never threaten her again. She has them beaten, their hands and feet cut off. They're thrown into wine vats to die slowly. Before Wang dies, she curses Wu, declares that in the next life, Wu will be reborn as a mouse, and Wang as a cat, so she can hunt Wu forever. Wu's response? She bans cats for the rest of her life, because even the curse of a dying woman feels dangerous. This sets the pattern. Wu doesn't just defeat rivals, she erases them completely, violently, as warnings to others. She becomes Empress, but that's not enough. She needs to dismantle the aristocratic power structure that still opposes her. So she creates the Cloud Pavilion, a secret police network. Officials whose job is surveillance, investigation, and elimination of threats. The aristocracy starts to disappear, executed for treason, exiled, stripped of titles. Wu replaces them with new officials, chosen through the civil service examination system. Meritocracy instead of bloodlines. Men who owe their positions to her, not their ancestors. If you're watching this thinking about how Wu Zetian systematically dismantled an entire power structure and rebuilt it loyal only to her, hit that subscribe button. Because this isn't just ancient history. It's a masterclass in organizational takeover, strategic violence, and understanding that loyalty built on merit is stronger than loyalty built on tradition. But Wu faces an ideological problem. The mandate of heaven, the divine right to rule, is explicitly masculine. The emperor is the son of heaven. There's no theological framework for a female emperor. Confucian ideology is clear. Women cannot hold supreme political authority. Wu needs religious justification, and she finds it in Buddhism. Specifically, the Great Cloud Sutra, a Buddhist text that prophesies a female incarnation of the Maitreya Buddha, who will rule as a universal monarch. Wu weaponizes this. She commissions interpretations of the sutra that identify her as this prophesied incarnation. She's not just a ruler, she's divine. A Buddha, a cosmic force destined to govern. She builds temples, commissions enormous Buddha statues, some with faces carved to resemble hers, creates a cult of personality wrapped in Buddhist theology. The centerpiece, the Ming Tang, the whole of enlightenment, a massive structure at the heart of the capital, part palace, part temple, a physical manifestation of her divine authority. She's not just breaking Confucian rules, she's replacing the entire ideological framework with one that legitimizes her power. And it works. The religious establishment backs her because she's generous. She funds monasteries, commissions translations, positions herself as Buddhism's greatest patron. By 690 AD, she's ready for the final move. 690 AD, Wu Zetian declares herself emperor, not empress regnant, not dowager empress emperor. She establishes a new dynasty, the Zhou, officially ending the Tang Dynasty and beginning her own imperial line. This is unprecedented. No woman in Chinese history has claimed the throne in her own right. No one has dared declare themselves emperor. The masculine title, the supreme authority. Wu does it and dares anyone to challenge her. Many try. Rebellions erupt. Aristocrats plot. Military commanders resist. Wu crushes them. The Cloud Pavilion's secret police work overtime. Trials, executions, exiles. The terror is systematic. But Wu isn't just ruling through fear. She's reforming. Radically, she expands the civil service examination system, makes it accessible to lower classes, creates opportunities for talented men regardless of birth. She promotes capable administrators, rewards competence, punishes corruption ruthlessly. She manages border conflicts with the Tibetan Empire and the Gektiks, maintains territorial integrity, expands Chinese influence in Central Asia. She's not just surviving as emperor, she's succeeding. The empire is stable, prosperous, well administered, and she does it all while maintaining an internal surveillance state that anticipates modern totalitarian techniques. Informants, political trials, purges of potential threats. For 15 years, Wu Zetian rules as emperor, the longest reigning female sovereign in Chinese history, the only one to claim the masculine imperial title. But she's aging. Her health declines. The political vultures circle. 705 AD, Wu Zetian is 80 years old, sick, weakening. The political machinery she built is turning against her. A palace coup forces her abdication. Not violent, she's too old, too sick to fight, but absolute. Her son reclaims the throne. The Tang Dynasty is restored. Wu Zetian dies later that year. Her legacy? Complicated, controversial, deliberately ambiguous. At her tomb, the Qianling Mausoleum, stands a massive stone stele. But it's blank. No inscription, no praise, no condemnation. Just stone. The wordless stele. Why? No one knows for certain. Some interpretations, humility, acknowledging that her deeds were too great for words to capture. Others, it was defiance. Let history judge. She won't defend or explain herself. Still others, her successors, couldn't agree on how to describe her. Praise felt wrong. Condemnation felt dangerous. So they said nothing. The blank stele becomes the perfect metaphor for Wu Zetian herself. Impossible to categorize, too complex for simple judgment. Her supporters point to her administrative reforms, her expansion of meritocracy, her capable governance, her breaking of glass ceilings that had seemed unbreakable. Her detractors point to the bodies, the purges, the terror, the systematic elimination of anyone who threatened her. Both are true. She was both reformer and tyrant, both feminist icon and ruthless autocrat. She proved a woman could rule as effectively as any man, but she did it through methods that would be condemned regardless of gender. She dismantled a patriarchal system, but replaced it with a surveillance state. She expanded opportunity, but eliminated those who opposed her expansion. Modern China remains divided on Wu Zetian. Some see her as a hero who challenged impossible barriers. Others see her as a cautionary tale about power without limits. The truth: she was neither hero nor villain. She was power itself, ruthless, brilliant, uncompromising. She understood something fundamental. Systems don't change through asking permission. They change through seizing control and rebuilding them, while your enemies are still trying to understand. Wu Zetian didn't ask to be emperor. She took it through strategy, violence, propaganda, and absolute refusal to accept that her gender disqualified her. And for 15 years, she ruled an empire, not as regent, not as consort, as emperor, the only woman in Chinese history to do so. The woman who proved that the mandate of heaven was negotiable. That divine right was just another tool to be weaponized. Her blank stele stands at her tomb, silent, challenging viewers to make their own judgment. Was she hero, villain, reformer, tyrant, revolutionary, monster? Maybe she was all of them. Maybe she was none. Maybe the question itself is wrong. Maybe she was just power, pure, absolute, ungendered. And power doesn't need words to be understood. It just needs to be witnessed.